He told me to make sure I eat some noodles, and he kept going. And so once they finished processing me, they put me in a dorm with 6 other ladies because the room was only big enough to have 8 girls in. And I get in this bed and I lay down, and I don't think I moved but one time to go to the restroom. I didn't eat not one meal that whole entire week that I was there. And so I'm sick, sick, sick. The girls in the room is noticing this, and they're telling me, you're going to have to eat. If you don't eat, you're going to get sick, and they don't care about you here. But I don't care. At this time, I'm just crying and crying and crying and crying. They're being nice to me, asking me, come on, do you want to go to the gym? So I get up with this girl, and we go to what's supposed to be some kind of a gym, except it's one little square room with everybody walking in circles. And I just cannot believe that this is my current situation at this time. Like, I'm literally sitting there saying, this is not my life. This is not my life. This cannot be my life. Like, I am just all the way gone at this time. So I eventually go back to the room, and like 3-4 days done pass. I haven't eaten anything. I start drinking a little water because my urine is like orange at this time. I am sick, sick, sick. I'm not eating anything. I'm sure I've lost a lot of weight. So I take a shower this day. I get back in my bed and I lay there. Well, the one girl that had tried to talk to me the day before, she had came over and started talking to me and stuff. And she was like, I haven't seen you use the phone. You don't want to call anybody? I'm not even thinking to call nobody. I'm just that sick and messed up. So I said, well, how do I use the phone? And so she's telling me, just go ahead on. Maybe do you think they put some money on your stuff? And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure they have. And so I call my mom. It goes through. And she's telling me she's been talking to the agents, that I have my bond hearing coming up. Just hold in there. They're saying that I'm going to get a bond, that they'll all be back. And then she's telling me, oh, we went by your house and I got some bad news. Somebody broke in your house and stole a lot of stuff out. And so I'm like, what? It had to have been him. I said, call the police. And she was like, well, when you get back, you can take care of it. You can talk to your neighbors. Your neighbors told us that it's somebody that's been coming to your house every day, and that they used to come over there when you was there. So I knew it was him at that time. I was like, he's trying to rob me blind while I'm not home. And so I'm very upset. All I want to do now is just get out of this place. Well, the time passes and everything, and it comes to the day for my bond hearing, and I'm praying so hard that night. I don't sleep at all. I get up, I take a shower and everything, brush my teeth, wash my face, pull my hair to the back, and I'm ready to go. So they eventually come in and get me, shackle me up and everything, and take at least 40 of us females out at one time. I arrive back at this courthouse downtown Houston, and I'm put into a cell again. So this time somebody calls me out, and it's a female, and she comes to tell me that there's an attorney there for me. And she said they want to speak with you. So they take me and they put me in this little small room. So the attorney is basically telling me, you know, I'm just coming to sit in for you today. One of your family members contacted me, and I'm gonna tell you right now, you're most likely going to get this bond today. You don't have a criminal history or record, so you really don't have anything to worry about. As far as the case, I don't think that you're going to get a lot of time, but all the other people that's involved in this case, they're definitely going to get some time. So that's what she said. So I went back to the cell. A little bit later, they called me out again, and now I'm escorted into the courtroom. And so I see my whole family sitting there. His mom, his sister, one of his baby moms is there. My all my siblings, they're just there. And my Uncle Earl is there. And so Uncle Earl is in here, and he's front and center. I hear coughing coming from him. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on with Uncle Earl, because I hadn't seen him in a while. Well, they start these proceedings. They start arguing their case. I'm thinking that I'm going to trial right here, right now. They're accusing me of all kind of things: fraud, wire fraud, just all of this kind of stuff. He's sitting at one table with somebody. I'm sitting at the table in the middle, and my cousin is sitting on the other end. And they're talking about this third-party cooperation firm that defrauded all these people out of millions and millions of dollars, and they didn't even have an exact count on the amount of the money that they can trace right now. So they get to me, and they call my mom as a witness. She steps up there. They're asking her questions about me and my character. She's basically telling them that I'm genuinely an honest person and a good-hearted person, and that she know for a fact the only way I will be involved in something like this is because of him. And she's basically telling them, so how do you feel about your daughter's husband? And Mom was basically saying, that's not my son-in-law. And so she's basically telling them that she came there today to post my bond because I need to go home to my children. I have small kids that need me. And so they're arguing that I have the means to leave and that I shouldn't even get a bond. And I can't believe what. So let me rewind a little bit for y'all. So while I'm in the courtroom and this bond situation is transpiring, my Uncle Earl. He's in there and he's live at 5. He's coughing, he's gagging when they arguing about not to give me a bond. Uncle Earl is saying, "Oh Lord Jesus, don't take me. Oh, I can't take this. Don't do that to that girl. She got kids." And all of a sudden, Uncle Earl done fainted down to the ground. And everybody is running around trying to figure out what they gonna do with Uncle Earl. And they're taking him out in the hallway and stuff. And he's holding his chest. And the judge goes ahead on and she says, "This lady does not have a criminal record, and I'm not gonna hold her here because y'all are saying that she has the means to leave and flee. So I'm going to grant this bond for $30,000 today." So I was so relieved. I had been holding my breath. I was so happy. They said I was granted this bond with stipulations, of course. So I was to wear an electronic monitoring device and to report to probation for regular UAs. And it was like a list of things, but I wasn't worried about any of that because I had never done a drug in my life before. So I knew I would never have a dirty UA. I was just worried about getting home so I can get to my family. So they got to him, and all of a sudden they just started pulling up so much stuff on him. It was like, I don't know, a long rap sheet. And I didn't even think his rap sheet was long like that. They started bringing up times he didn't appear in court for child support. It was like so much stuff. So eventually they said, "This person bond is denied. He's a threat and a menace to society." And so I was like, whoa, they really know how to lay those words out there. So his bond was denied. My cousin bond was also granted. He had no criminal history. So they usher us out the courtroom. I'm thinking that I'm going to be leaving from here. I'm not. My sister is sitting in the courtroom holding up one of my church dresses with some white red bottoms and a makeup bag that she the one got because she thought I was going to be able to fix myself up. But none of that stuff ever happens. So I don't know what's happening with Uncle Earl after that because they done taken me out the courtroom. Well, they take me back to the holding cell, and eventually they shackle me down and everything with a couple of other people, and we're all leaving together. But this time I'm the only female on this transport bus. So they put me in this enclosure, which is like a cage, and I still have the lockbox on me. I'm chained and shackled in there. There's one driver, that's an officer, a marshal, I guess, and then there's another marshal that's on this transport bus with a shotgun. Well, he's sitting across from me, and the whole time that he's sitting across from me, he's saying stuff like he's saying, "Hey, don't worry, you got some money coming. Oh, don't worry about this. You know where it's at." He's saying stuff like that. And so I'm just pretty much not turning around, not looking at him, and not trying to hear nothing that he have to say at this time. And so I just continue to look straight ahead. Well, we arrive in Conroe, and when we arrive in Conroe, I happen to look up, and my whole family is lining this street where the bus come in at. Like, they're literally out there with their cars parked with other people, and the street is lined up with support for me. So they take me in and everything, and once they take me in, I see him one last time. He's still mumbling about some money. And so the people is telling him, "You cannot talk to her." And so, he get quiet and they take him out. So they don't take me back to the dorm. They let me dress out and everything. I signed some papers. They're basically telling me that I need to report to United States probation first thing in the morning. So I leave, and my family is outside waiting for me. I'm crying, and the first thing I say is, "I'm going to go to jail." My mama is saying, "You're not going to go to jail. They gave you this bond here, and it's going to work its way out," and all kind of stuff like that. So I leave with my family. The only thing I want to do is get to my house and check everything out. My family insists that we need to stop and eat. They're telling me, "Oh, you look so sick." And I'm telling them, "I don't feel good. I can't eat. I don't want to eat." So they stop off at McDonald's trying to make me get something to drink. I don't want to get anything to drink. My mom, she doesn't drink, and at this time, she has a little flask with her, and she's drinking out of it, telling me how her blood pressure is high, her nerves is bad. I'm asking, "Where are my kids?" And she's